So if you are struggling from depersonalization slash derealization disorder, DPDR, DRDP, whatever you want to call it, right? This disassociation from reality. I'm experiencing it literally in this moment. I'm experiencing symptoms, or I guess what would you call it? A flare up of this disorder. Now, if you're experiencing this and you're going through this where you literally feel like everything's a dream, you feel like you don't have an emotional connection to the world in the same way you did before, you're trying to get back to normal. If you're going through DPDR right now, I have some words of advice for you that are going to genuinely save your life. Okay, and I mean this, and it's going to do it very, very quickly. A lot of coaches and a lot of individuals that talk about DPDR, they say that it takes ages to rewire, it takes, a long time, it's a long, hard, arduous journey. The moment I realized that I had this, mine in particular was caused by the intake of magic mushrooms, right? So shrooms, psilocybin, the chemical that's in a magic mushroom, obviously causes your reality to be warped. It takes away the ego. It causes you to have a warped perception of what physical reality and your ego actually is. Now, if you have any trauma or any anxiety or any deeper layer shit that you've been burying your whole life, and you take weed, magic mushrooms, LSD, acid, you take any of these things, or you can just simply get it from natural trauma in the real world. Let's say I had a motorbike crash not too long ago. It was a lot worse than this, bro. My entire arm was torn apart, basically. But regardless, if you have gone through any sort of trauma or anxiety, it can cause you to have this disassociation disorder. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because it feels like there's no way out. It feels like you're fucked, like you're crazy, like you need to be put on a psych ward. It feels like everything's going wrong and nothing's the way that it was before, and I don't know how to get out of it. And literally in this moment as I'm talking to you, I'm having this flare up of DPDR, right? And I feel like, not breathlessness, but I feel like my breath isn't going into my body. Like when I breathe, I can't feel the oxygen fully going into my body. I know that it is, and it's a complete disconnect from physical and mental realities. So I know that physically my body's completely fine. I'm okay. My body knows what it needs to do to survive. I'm not gonna die. But it's the mental shit, because your beliefs and your perception of reality affects how you experience the world. This is why it's such I wouldn't say dangerous, but such a scary and daunting disorder to go through. So what you need to do, I'm going to keep this very brief and very simple because it's not complicated. All these coaches and all these other mentors you've tried to work with or considered working with, they've all made it so fucking complicated. They've all made it seem so difficult. Getting over DPDR is as simple as deciding that you're over it. Now, it's so funny because I was literally having panic attacks. I couldn't sleep. Every single time I'd go to sleep, I'd jolt out of bed. And I feel like I was dying. I felt like I was drifting away from my physical world. I felt like I wasn't me anymore. So obviously I'm Luke, I'm 23 years old. I've had all these memories, I've done all these things. I've had these stories, these holidays. I know these people, that's my family. I've had all of these things and I felt like I wasn't that person anymore. Or I was disconnected from that. I was just simply observing that person's life. That's what it felt like. I'd have random moments. I'd be drinking the water bottle. Let's test it right now. I'm okay, right? But I'd have a moment where I'd be in the kitchen, I'd drink a water bottle, and I would have this flare up of DPDR, and I would feel like I couldn't open my mouth again after drinking it. So you're drinking the water bottle, right? You take the mouth off the water bottle, you swallow, and you breathe. That's the normal human being way of drinking water. I felt like I couldn't open my lips to get air in again. I thought I was having a stroke, I thought I was having a heart attack, I'd have panic attacks randomly, I'd have moments where I'm a very good speaker. I can talk on camera for hours and hours on end, no stuttering, no losing my train of thought. I'd be speaking for 4 minutes and I'd literally have to stop to take a breath. Because I felt like I was losing my breath. It's a weird, I feel like my hands aren't my hands, they're not connected to me. I feel like the things that are in the background, when I'm looking at my hand, everything that's in the background isn't real. All of this, the window that I've got you propped up on, none of this is real. And when I look at it, it changes perception. It's a very mind-fucky, psychologically difficult disorder to overcome, right? However, the way you perceive this disorder is exactly what's going to determine how quickly and if you ever get over it, okay? There are people that struggle with this for years, if not the rest of their life. That is how their neuroplasticity has cemented in their brain. They don't get over it. That's them now. That's their new normal. They learn to live with it. I do not want to be like that, and I'm sure you don't either. The best way to overcome DPDR and to go back to normal again is to understand that normal isn't real. You're attaching your perception and your expectations of what your reality should be like to the past, to something that's been and gone. You cannot be that person anymore because that person didn't go through what you went through. You've gone through some sort of trauma, you've taken drugs. I don't know what's caused your DPDR, right? Whatever's caused it is kind of irrelevant, but point being is you've gone through a process. You've experienced something that has made you who you are now, okay? Now, because you are this new person, you cannot use old methods. Let me just recenter you, or am I just tripping out? You cannot use old methods to cure the new version of yourself. You must define a new normal. You must become a new normal with the current person that you are. You're a different person now. You think different, you perceive different, you understand the world differently and yourself. You are not the same person that you were before you were, I guess, struck with this disorder. So that's number one. Define your new normal. Sit and visualize, meditate, get a pen and paper and figure out, who do I want to be? I've literally done that this morning. Who do I want to be? What beliefs do I want to have on the world? What do I want my normal to be? Because whatever you accept to be true will become your reality. If you accept normal to be eating loads of food and getting overweight, that's now normal to you. It's not normal to me, but it's normal to you. So normal isn't real, it's all perception. You must define your normal consciously by writing down who you want to be as a person and committing to that in terms of your vibration. So now we're getting onto vibration, we're getting a little bit deeper. What I want you to do to solve this disorder is you must understand what it actually is. It's a subconscious neuroplasticity rewire. Your brain and your nervous system and your mind is defending you from trauma because you've gone through some sort of shit. Now your mind is disassociating from the physical reality because it's simply too much to deal with, or at least that's what it perceives. So it's actually a good thing. You need to be grateful for this disorder. You need to be like, I'm thankful for it. Thank you for the anxiety. Thank you for the panic attacks. Thank you for the nightmares. Thank you for the jolts out of bed when I'm trying to get to sleep. Thank you for the fact that when I'm just sat reading a book in bed, I feel like my mind and my heart is racing a million miles an hour. I can't even sit and relax. Thank you for that. I'm grateful for that. It's all a defense mechanism. It's just misguided. So you need to be grateful and accept this disorder, because the more you resist it and fight it, the more it gives power to it, the more it persists, and the more you're putting your nervous system into a state of sympathetic, which basically just means fight or flight, okay? So you're literally putting on more anxiety than you need because you're fighting this disorder. You're in a state of fight or flight. You're fighting emotionally this disorder. So you need to sit with it, you need to accept it, and you need to just kind of almost find the humor in it. I know this sounds weird, but you need to find the humor in this disorder. This is how life works, right? The only way you get through negativity is by understanding its cheerfulness in the face of adversity. Royal Marines, which is I guess a military branch, right? So soldiers, basically, to keep it simple, have this mantra: cheerfulness in the face of adversity. When they're getting shot at and bullets are flying over their head and their life is literally on the line and they're in some fucking ditch somewhere trying to peek and get a good shot on the enemy, they laugh at each other. The comrades together, a bullet will fly over his mate's head and he'll be like, oh, fucking hell, he's got a shit aim. Like, they'll laugh about it. Do you know what I mean? They'll make a joke out of this negativity. And that's how you accept it. That's how you become mentally strong and robust enough to process what it is you're going through and then consciously decide it's not the reality for you. I'm grateful for this DPDR, whatever the fuck I'm going through. Thank you for this. It's taught me new experiences. It's certainly made my life exciting. I'm on holiday here in Bangkok in Thailand. I'm traveling around. Certainly an exciting holiday. It's not boring, at least I can say that. Find something to be grateful for. Find the joy in it, okay? Once you've done that, you are now accepting it. It has less power and you have more control. So when it does flare up and when you have these moments where you start feeling like you're zooming out of your fucking body and everything's going crazy and you don't feel real, you feel like you're in a dream, you can just accept it. Oh, this is weird. Try and find the enjoyment in the experience. It's different. You know, this is interesting. It's like I'm tripping out on shrooms constantly. You might not like that, you might not want that, it might not be fun, but make it fun. Find the joy in it, find the humor in it, find the positivity in it, find the way you can look at this and say, well, this is certainly a unique experience I've not had before. Thank you for this. World, universe, God, Allah, whatever you believe in, myself, thank you. But I don't need it right now. I don't need this anxiety right now. I'm okay. I can breathe. I'm not in danger. I'm all right. I don't need this anxiety. I don't need this trauma. I don't need this flare-up. I don't need this disassociation. Thanks for trying to protect me, nervous system, mind, but I don't need you right now. I'm okay. Now, what you're doing here is you need to do this every single day. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions influence your vibration that you operate from. And the vibration you operate from determines what you attract in this world, okay? So you need to consistently, because it's subconscious, this is subconscious, you're not consciously choosing, hey, let's disassociate right now. It just happens, doesn't it? Randomly. It'll just happen for no reason. You have no reason to be, you'll just be in the gym, you'll be drinking some water, you'll be chilling out, and you'll just randomly have this moment of disassociation. See, I'm having it now. I don't stutter, bro. I don't fuck up. I don't make mistakes like that on camera. But I'm disassociating in this present moment. And all you need to do, just like anything else in life, if you think you're ugly when you look in the mirror, or if you don't like your physique, or if you're not happy with your relationship, everything comes down to consistent vibrational energy. Your thoughts, your words that you speak out to the universe, and the actions that you do all make up your reality. It all makes up who you are, and who you are attracts your reality, okay? So whatever happens on this video, if I have some random like fucking anxiety attack, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm not gonna edit nothing. I'm gonna keep it raw. I'm gonna keep it unfiltered to prove to you it's okay. It's not about, I don't want this reality, get it away from me. I'm not, that's not me. I don't want that to be me. It's an experience you're going through. Very, very important. The way you look at it, the way you identify it, it's the same with addiction. I've made hundreds of thousands of videos before on mindset, self-image, how you perceive the world and how it affects the things that affect you. You know, I've got chronic lung disease. I was born 3 months premature, 3 months early. I could have died, I could have been born blind, deaf, whatever. Thankfully, I wasn't. I'm completely healthy, healthier than most individuals on earth. And I live a very, very good life, and I'm normal. I have no problems, right? I could have easily, as a teenager or as a young man, used my excuse of chronic lung disease, which I actually have. I have like this enlarged heart cage. So the heart has kind of like a cage around it, right? And you have pillars of the heart, like 4 different ones, I believe. There's one on the right side that's a little bit enlarged, and that is caused by my chronic lung disease, right? I could have used all of this shit, I've got a weaker heart, I've got a weaker lung system, respiratory system, as an excuse. I've got chronic lung disease. I could have used it as an excuse to not work out, to not train, to not run 10 miles every single day. And I do all of these things, no excuse, no problems. I'm healthier than 95% of individuals on this planet. I can run forever, my stamina's amazing, I'm in good shape, I've got good muscle mass, I'm healthy, you understand? I don't use it as an excuse. So it's the same with this. You have anxiety, you have trauma, you have DPDR, you have whatever it is that you have, autism, ADHD, social anxiety. I used to have social anxiety on paper, but what I do, my mindset is I do not attach my identity to these things. I don't say, I've got DPDR disorder. I say, I'm going through an experience of life. And this experience of life happens to involve DPDR. I don't have it. It's not something I'm destined to be attached to me forever. It's just an experience I'm going through. It's what it is. Thank you. I'm grateful for it. It'll be over one day. It's temporary. That's how I look at it. If you tell yourself these things and you constantly, every single day, feed it into thoughts like, I'm okay, I don't need this anxiety, I can breathe, I'm strong, I'm healthy. You constantly feed into thoughts, beliefs, mental patterns, words, actions that are serving you rather than keeping you in this DPDR vibration, then you'll outgrow it. You'll build new neuro pathways to perceive the world with. So right now, I literally feel like I'm tripping out. I can see myself on the phone screen as I record this video, but it doesn't feel real. It feels like I'm viewing it from a dream perspective, but I'm grateful for it. Thank you, because it's a very unique experience. It doesn't feel very nice. It's kind of scary, but it's unique. It's exciting. It shows I'm alive. It's better than being numb and feeling no emotion. Another weird thing I've noticed with DPDR is you overanalyze every little thing. Like, I'll see my cheek move a little bit like that, and I'll be like, oh my God, am I having a stroke? I'll start spazzing out and just overanalyzing the tiniest things. So you have to be aware of your triggers, and you have to be aware of what your mind focuses on. And you gotta just rewire that. So I decide, because I write down on paper and I decide in my mind, I don't want to be a person that overanalyzes every small thing. If I feel a pain in my chest, I don't want to believe I'm having a heart attack straight away. It's just indigestion, heartburn. It's something normal, part of life. So that's who I've decided I want to be. So I'm going to operate with my thoughts, words, and actions like that person, rather than the version of me in this reality that has DPDR. You understand? So very simple fix, but it takes time. It takes consistent. Every single day you have to feed into the thoughts, words, and actions of the man or woman that you want to be. You understand? If you are struggling with this and you don't understand how to put these in place consistently, because it's all about consistency. The more you subconsciously feed into these beliefs, the more you're building those neural pathways. If you lose momentum, the neural pathways are going to be like, oh, well, we're not needed. We don't need to be formed. We don't need to be cemented into the mind. We'll revert back to what we're used to, DPDR. This is why you're still struggling with it. If you are struggling with DPDR right now and you're listening to this video and you're sick of this fucking warped dream state of reality, you just want to be normal. And by normal, I just mean connected to reality. You want to just experience the world for what it is without being disassociated. I understand it. If you want to do that and you want to get over it as soon as possible and you want to completely cure this from your life, you can book a one-to-one coaching session with myself. You can find it with the link in my bio. I have a link tree. You can book a free 30-minute introduction call with myself, and I will help you walk you through the stages and systems to put in place to help you do this consistently and guarantee that you cure this disorder. If you're looking for a self-development network, an organization of over 100 individuals all over the world, from India to the UK to Canada to Pakistan to Australia. We have an international organization hosted and created by myself. You can find that in the description down below, in the bio. The School of Life. It costs $50 a month, a little over $1.60 per month. You're going to learn how to make money, attract a partner, be attractive yourself, so build a good physique, clear skin, nice looking, whatever. We're going to maximize your genetic potential. So your height, all of these things are down to rewiring. And we're going to teach you how to rewire your life in a way that you want to live it. Okay, so if you have problems right now in your life and you want to get around people that are ambitious and professional and positive, the best place to do that, for cheap as well, is inside of my School of Life for just $50 a month. Okay, get inside. I'll see you very soon. And remember, keep rewiring that mind. Anytime you notice a negative thought creep in, catch it, rewire it, and you'll be all right, I promise you.